we're ready. Hey, Victor. So,
Hey, how you doing?
what brings you in today? What's going on?
Well, I was just sitting back, just thinking the hardship of being clean and the people, like, so I've been to a few churches, and then when they found out that I was either had my background or I gave a testimony that I was an ex-heroin user and stuff like that, they turned the face away from me. They kind of pushed me out. So then I found out Celebrate Recovery. So I'm actually a member of the Champion Bible Church now, and that's said to me, and we thinking about expanding to Celebrate Recovery to help other addicts like myself. That there is help out there, and you don't have to be alone.
So, you're having trouble finding or were having trouble finding a church where you feel like you were accepted for who you are?
Right, yes, it's because when they find out exactly who you are, they don't accept you, just like they're thinking that you're gonna steal from them or you're not fit to live in society no more.
Yeah, unfortunately, our recovering community has that stigma put on them that they can't overcome sometimes, that what they've done in the past that carries over with them to now. So
yeah, sometimes it's a challenge, because as a recovering alcohol and addict, sometimes as we struggling with it, and it's a lot of things that we don't tell the counselors or the therapists because we feel ashamed,
right.
And then we figure that it quote our mentally then that we can handle it without telling, especially when we, no offense, when we have a female counselor, that we don't feel comfortable of telling some of our deep secrets with a female, therefore they're being talking with a male counselor.
So, I don't know that you ever told me what country are you from originally? What's your background?
My background is I was born in Puerto Rico, from my family are from Dominican Republic.
Okay.
My mother and father were Dominican Republic region, and I'm born in Puerto Rico.
Yeah. And that's probably part of your heritage that that you're the man of the family and you're not supposed to have these problems. And
We're not supposed to cry.
right.
We're not supposed to ask for help. We're supposed to just man up. If we do something, you don't go talking to another man, and neither less speak to a lady
Right.
about your problem, because then that just makes you a coward or more or less an outcast, but then they consider you that you're a little wimp.
Yeah. So it's actually a big deal for you to be sharing this with me right now.
It is so. I've been to a lot of counseling. I did a lot of have done a lot of therapy sessions. So throughout my therapy session, my counseling, I just didn't do this over a period of time. I've been to about 7 or 8 rehabs. In and out, I go in, I do good for 30 days, or if I'm doing 90 days, my longest rehab was 18 months. And in the moment that I graduate and I hit the street, I use the same the second or the third day, because it's not, your teachers, you do good by teaching us what we're in the rehab, but then when we're about to leave, it's not like, what's going to be my appointment to my discharge, what's my plan upon discharge, where I'm going to live, where am I going to have, do I have a sponsor set up even before I graduate, am I even working on my steps, at least 1 through 4,
Right.
You should at least work one, and I never did work 1 through 4, I only worked first and second step, and that was it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
I was just thinking that you were talking about how it was difficult to find a church that was accepting. So maybe you were looking at, after you left rehab, the church would have been the obvious place to go and find acceptance, and you
Yes.
weren't finding that there.
Yes, that was my first thought. You know, that was my very first thought, for the simple fact that the steps comes out of the Bible. So I think, well, if it comes out of the Bible, I guess I can go to church when I get discharged, and that can help me, or at least open the door where somebody can help me, and especially with housing. You know, because you would think the church will help you with housing, and boy, I went to a church and they closed the doors on my face once they found out when they were so good, until they found out my true nature, what was my past like. And then when they found that out, they just like closed their face. But through our searching, and I found the Bible, Champions Bible Study Church, and they helped me get on my feet. And now I got my little detail business through the church, because the marketing, advertising it, and praying about it. So now I come to the church every Friday, and I always detail 2 to 3 cars every Friday.
So you've been able to find a church that was accepting of you.
Mm-hmm.
They've even helped you get a business started,
Right.
and now your church is thinking about doing Celebrate Recovery,
Yeah,
which would give you another outlet to share your story.
And they even sold me a truck on paying payments, which is for my detail
Awesome.
business. And like you said, yes, they are talking about spending for Celebrate Recovery, and I was able to give my testimony, and hopefully when the other brothers come to the door, I'll be able to share my experience to the newcomers, so they know that we are in a good place. This is a church. They care about the community, not just the members that are here. They focus more on the people that need God, and people that need help. You know, it don't have to be just drug. It could be depression, bipolar. You can be, a woman can be suffering from a woman being on her, and that will help you with housing and everything.
So how has that helped you with your thinking? How are you feeling, since maybe you kind of got a bad taste in your mouth about going to church or whatever with the
Right.
experience that you had, and now you found this church that is willing to help you? Has that changed your way of thinking?
It changed my way of thinking. It changed my way of living. I don't feel the need to get high no more because I feel at home. It changed my whole way of living. I don't think the same. I'm not the same person, you know, that I was a couple months ago, and so I feel real good about my church where I come to. They're helping me a lot, and not just me. They'll help anybody that walk through that door.
Right.
You just want to get. You just want it. You know, you can't get something if you don't want it.
I think it'll be helpful for you, like you were saying, to be able to share your story with others that are struggling. So that'll then help you,
Yes.
because the more you can share, the more times you say it out loud, then
Yeah.
it's healing.
Yeah, you got to give back what you get. So just like I got it, pass it on to somebody else. You know, that's.
I think that we're just about out of time. Thank you for coming in and sharing with me, and I hope that we helped you work out some issues or get some things in line.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've got it set up pretty good. You've got a support system now that you can fall to if you need help from your pastor and the friends that you've made at your church.
Right.
So that sounds really amazing.
Thank you.